From the plains of Oklahoma, welcome high above downtown Oklahoma City. Hi and welcome everyone here on 2K Sports. Can't wait to get some NBA action going. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Also joining us from the sidelines, David Aldridge. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. You look at the Thunder. This hasn't been the kind of year they envisioned. Time running out.
And when I look at Oklahoma City, they talked all offseason about how this year was going to be different. Nobody bought into it then, and nobody's buying into it now.
All talk, no walk. Simple as that. They just don't match up with the better teams in the NBA.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, the one-and-done draft requirement will be abolished very soon. In the meantime, the G League professional path has been introduced for those looking to come straight out of high school. A salary of $125,000, potential endorsements, and access to NBA development has enticed more than a few to pursue this new avenue. Kevin?
The G League continues to be a great asset for the NBA. Great stuff, David. Thank you. So the opening lineup for the Heat, Adebayo is out there with Jimmy Butler. Then there's Myers Leonard, and it's Nunn in at the 1. And for the Thunder, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Chris Paul is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Burton in at the small forward position. We're in the middle of the season, Doris. Some teams now just beginning to find their stride, their rhythm. How do they now maintain it?
Yeah, I think at this point of the year, you've established your rotation. Players know when they're going to come in, when they might be subbed out. I think it's about sort of finding, keeping, and maintaining that rhythm and execution that should be very, very well ingrained in your guys' habits.
I know you've played this way, but when you know your role, when you know the minutes and the rhythm, as we were just talking about, I think for a player that's huge. Am I correct?
You are. Know your role and star in your role.
So it's Miami now, following the shot by Chris Paul. Passes it to Butler. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Boy, Butler took a pretty good hit there, but has the strength and the coordination to finish it. That's pretty.
Al Paul. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Toronto. Over Adebayo. Paul with the bucket.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
Well, I'll tell you, I love that he's not afraid to take on the size mismatch there, Greg. It doesn't matter. Just make shots.
Here's Nunn following the basket by Chris Paul. Three-pointer, Butler, and he's good on the three ball. Butler's got his second basket of the night.
Just textbook timing right there. Jimmy Butler understanding when to rise and fire.
Here's Adams. Kicks it out to Paul. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots it up. Adams down low. He's covered by Leonard. Adams' shot is good.
We are talking about a big-time offensive rebounder, and Steven Adams unafraid to impose his will with that frame.
And taken away by Paul, and now Paul pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Drops in the breakaway layup. Paul's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And he decides to go old school with the finger roll.
Here's Nunn, defended by Paul. That's tipped. Nunn passes to Adebayo. 6 to shoot. Over Gallinari, and it's Miami with another.
That's 3 straight shots to fall here to start. Looking good.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. 11 points for him in that last game against Toronto.
And it was an unselfish night for him as well. He got plenty of assists to go along with all those points.
Here's Hero. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, they say players are made in the summertime, and that's Jimmy Butler's favorite time of year. He calls it grimy season, gets out in the country, and puts in that work.
Shooting 2.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. And Greg, those summertime workouts for Butler, they are something.
I mean, they sure are. He calls them bandanas and buckets. Grows his hair out, 2-a-days, hot yoga, intentionally isolated from the hustle and bustle of the big city. It gives him an excuse to really just lock in.
And how about we check out the group of rookies with the best percentages from the charity stripe this season? You take a look at Hero, second in the NBA, so great from the line.
And really, he needs to continue getting to the free throw line as much as possible because he's pretty deadly once he gets there.
The free throw drops for Butler.
You know, I think, guys, in addition to becoming an elite two-way player, what I love about Jimmy Butler is the passion he plays with.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. And for the Thunder, a lot of the assistant coaches leaving this past summer. Greg, how much of a concern is that for head coach Billy Donovan?
Possibly a sign that Donovan could be on the hot seat in OKC. I mean, 3 consecutive first-round exits. Donovan on the final year of his deal. The clock is definitely ticking.
Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Well, gentlemen, you know the expression, go big or go home. Jimmy Butler attacking with ferocity.
And it's Paul with the ball for the Thunder. Trailing by 5. And the pass to Gallinari. Shoots from the elbow. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
They're basically saying you're going to have to guard us at every point on the floor tonight if you're going to have any chance.
Now here's Leonard. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Floats it up for Butler, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gallinari.
And a moment now to check out the numbers for Gilgeous-Alexander. Averaging about 15 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. Well, fans of this team will take this kind of production from him without hesitation.
I tell you, he has been a solid contributor. They have called his number, and he has delivered for them. Impressive. 5 straight makes. Love the play calling here.
Swiped it away. He's all alone. Here's Nunn. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
Thunder trailing by 7. Paul right side. Gallinari. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Gallinari's got his second bucket of the night.
And you gotta love how Paul sees the whole court so well. Maybe the best quality for a point guard to have.
Here's Hero. He's coming off a 22-point game against San Antonio. Leonard looking around. 5 on the clock. The Heat need to get a shot off. They grab their own miss. Here's Hero. No good with the layup.
Boy, that's the kind of look this offense is designed to create. That's just a tough miss.
Here's Gallinari. That's tipped. And he banks in the layup. Gallinari's got 6. Here's Nunn. 11 points for him in that last game against San Antonio.
And his court vision was extraordinary, too. Let's not forget that. He was flawless passing the ball.
Now here's Leonard. Out to the wing. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Adams.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
Paul finds Adams. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. No points in the game yet for him. And he recovers it. He gets that one. And it's the Heat with the ball. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
Man, that game goes down to the wire. Both teams exhausted, but only one has something left for the encore.
You know, that one's a tough one to take. You force the extra session, and then you have the heartbreak of not being able to get it done in the extra session. Brutal.
Now, here's Butler. 9 points in the game so far.
How about he has yet to miss? 4-4 to start.
Thunder trailing by 3. Here's Paul. Got a hand on it. Outside Butler. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
I'll tell you, the team is simply riding the hot hand. This guy has been lights out.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 7 of 15 from the field to this point. Paul with the ball. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game. Gallinari passes to Burton over Butler, and Butler sends it back.
Terrific anticipation. Butler reads that play, sends it back.
Lets it go from deep, and again, Miami with the triple.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Now Paul. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And first time out of the game called for Oklahoma City. And this is their first time matched up with this year's Heat team.
And going back a season ago, it was a win for both sides in their 2 meetings.
You know, despite the disparity in talent, these two teams played each other tough last year. Let's see how competitive they are this time around.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Nerlens Noel checks in for Burton. Andre Robertson comes in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Paul. Adams finds Gallinari. Schroeder against Dragic. Schroeder passes to Adams. 6 on the shot clock. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Great open look there. And it's 9 points for Gallinari.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Miami leading by 5. Pass to Crowder. And Crowder slams it in.
Well, Crowder, a terrific athlete. This guy's leaping ability is sick.
Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Gallinari outside. Back to Schroeder. To the middle. Robertson kicks to Noel. Nobody near Schroeder. And Andre Robertson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. And so it's Butler with it. He'll bring it up for Miami. 7-point differential. Iguodala outside. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Schroeder against Dragic. And the rejection by Noel.
This is a staple of his game. Nerlens Noel sends it back.
Schroeder right side. Pass to Noel. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Dragic dishes to Olynyk, and it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here.
And now taking a look at some numbers for Noel. He's been in good form here the last few weeks. 3rd in field goal percentage, and he provides that deterrent around the rim, ranking among the top 15 league-wide in blocks per game.
And it's a strong accomplishment. 3rd best in field goal percentage. He just refuses to take bad shots. That's why his coaches love him. Shot by Crowder, no good.
A contested mid-range shot can't be what they were looking for there.
Well, especially with that defensive player in the area. You know he's going to find a way to get into the shooter and make him uncomfortable.
And it's Noel missing.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Butler on the wing. And it's Noel with the rebound.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Passes it to Ferguson. The dish now to Robertson. Schroeder against Dragic. Back to Noel. Kicks it to Schroeder. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
This is Schroeder at his best, putting that blinding speed to great advantage.
The Heat with the lead. And Doris, even though Schroeder changed roles when he was traded from Atlanta to the Thunder, he has embraced his new team.
A lot of people wondered, would Schroeder be willing to go to the bench and accept that role? He proved he was more than capable. And no longer having to act as a leader on a team, I think for Schroeder, he just enjoys going out and competing on a team with high aspirations. It's been a good fit.
For Miami, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on that one. And with Andre Iguodala, he doesn't give you 20 points tonight like he once did, Greg, but he still shows up when you need him.
Iggy can still hit the switch, so to speak, and go back to his all-star level of play for stretches. I mean, the numbers don't jump out at you, but he is so valuable during big games, particularly in the postseason.
Good on the second free throw. And with this summer signing of Jimmy Butler, the Miami Heat demonstrating they still can lure star talent to South Beach.
The Heat back on the rise. The Butler signing sets the stage for the summer of 2021 when they should have the cap space to sign another max player.
Oh, here we go now. Crowder's got the fast break chance.
When you look at the frame of Andre Iguodala, you know this guy is unafraid of contact. One of the things you have to admire about Andre Iguodala is his ability to fit in any part of the lineup. Whether he's starting, whether he's coming off the bench, the ability to fill in from any position 1 through 4. Absolutely incredible.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good.
Well, the veteran leadership, the unselfish attitude, and the versatility of Andre Iguodala, to me, this guy is excellent at whatever is asked of him.
So neither attempt will fall that time for him. Oklahoma City trailing. Here's Schroeder. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. And with Iguodala, he has the experience to guard and match up against Dors any position.
And what you've seen lately is Iguodala being deployed more and more as an undersized power forward. But even then, one moment he'll act as a 4, and the next minute he's the de facto point guard. What a luxury to have that kind of versatility.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Right side Crowder. Back to Dragic. There's the 3. Great D that time from Dennis Schroeder. Thunder trailing by 4. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Count that one.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And it's Dragic bringing up the ball for the Miami Heat. Left side Crowder. Over Muscala. Crowder, the pass to Olynyk. Over Noel. They get the rebound. Here's Crowder, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Well, make no mistake, Kevin, Crowder has got great strength inside. The defense can get physical. It doesn't matter.
Free throw good, Crowder. That misses, so he splits the free throws.
I just have so much respect for how Jay Crowder plays the game. This guy works so hard for...
He beat the buzzer!
Delivery at the buzzer. That is beautifully done.
Oh. And give him credit. Good awareness of the time remaining.
And to me, the way you end quarters impacts how you end the game. It can go a long way between a W or an L.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Heat lead by 1. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Oklahoma City. Chris Paul, an elite defensive player, a student of the game for sure, talks about his knack for making a lot of steals, forcing turnovers.
The steals thing is just something that I've always had a knack for doing, and just I think it's because I watch so much basketball.
Well, you hear about the importance of watching film, Greg. It reveals itself in many ways.
And learning guys' habits. What they like to do gives him a knack for when to go after steals without hurting his team.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Miami, guys.
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
On the floor for Miami, they've got Dragic, Jay Crowder out there with Robinson, and there's Iguodala. And it's Olynyk in at the center position. The 3. And it's Schroeder missing. And for the Heat, they're shooting 61%, showing all the indications of an offense that is locked in. Good work there as it goes.
Well, you love Crowder's willingness to distribute the basketball. His vision allows him to set his teammates beautifully.
Thunder trailing by 3. Schroeder passes to Muscala. Back to Schroeder. Oklahoma City moving it around. Ferguson misses.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
Schroeder against Dragic. Now, here is Robinson. He's covered closely. The 11-footer, and Dragic with the basket on the assist from Olynyk. Now it's a 5-point Heat lead. Doris, you and I were just talking about this as more and more players are going public with their trade requests. Do you think that's had a negative impact on the game?
Well, Kevin, I certainly think it makes long-term planning for NBA franchises a lot more difficult because contractually we are not seeing them hold true to the particular organization they may have signed that contract with. The reality is this in today's NBA. You've got to be nimble as an organization, and you have got to be attractive to them. And I mean that with great ownership, great leadership, and who are the players currently in your system. You have got to be incredibly nimble to be successful in today's NBA.
I think you're right on. Schroeder passes to Muscala. Here's Noel. Here's the 3. Robinson pulls it in.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Iguodala outside over Robertson. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Iguodala's got 4 points in the quarter. Thunder trailing by 9. Schroeder looking over the floor. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
This guy has quality wingspan for his size. Dennis Schroeder can adapt and adjust to defensive pressure.
The Thunder shooting their first foul shot of the night.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
Burton's checked in for the Thunder. Gilgeous-Alexander comes in for Robertson. That's good from Schroeder. Greg, last season, Dennis Schroeder transitioning to more of a sixth-man role with the Thunder.
And for his first go at that role, I thought Schroeder looked really good. He's always been able to score and create, and coming off the bench might be the best spot for him.
Leonard against Noel. The pass to Nunn. Shoots. That shot, no good. Great D that time from Dennis Schroeder. Yes, it's good. Good for basket number 4. He's now 4 for 10.
This guy not just a jump shooter now. Dennis Schroeder more than happy to get inside and mix it up.
Nunn passes to Leonard. Crowder kicks to Leonard from outside the arc. It's good from long range. Leonard's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Burton trying his luck from deep. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Robinson, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
One shot.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. A different look for Oklahoma City. Adams, he's checked in for Noel. Gallinari comes in for Muscala. And it's Paul in for Dennis Schroeder. Heat also with a sub. Heroes checked in for Crowder.
One shot.
And Doris, hard to find many arenas that have a better home court advantage than Oklahoma City.
Greg, it is the only show in Oklahoma City, and this arena gets loud. The fans come out every game. There is no doubting this is one of the best arenas in the NBA.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Jimmy Butler has made several all-star teams, but he remains single-minded in pursuit of his bigger goal. Butler said, "I just want to win a championship. That's all that matters. I didn't do it in high school, didn't do it in college. If I don't win it here, then I'll go to the 50 and over league someday. But I got to win a championship at some stage." Kevin?
I like that attitude. Thank you, D.A. And he sinks the second. And here are the Heat. They're on a 14-6 run. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Steven Adams picks one up.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
The Heat have knocked down 5 of their 9 attempts at the stripe tonight.
You've got to appreciate their ability to make free throws, 81% as a team.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. Doris, this game always evolving. Fascinating to see the players who drive that change with their unique talents find a way to do things differently.
Well, probably 2 guys currently that have revolutionized the way the game is played. Stephen Curry, with the incredible range he has on his three-point shooting. You've got to guard him as soon as he crosses the half-court line. And honestly, if the goal would be good from the other side of the half-court, he'd probably push it to out there. And James Harden, so prolific at drawing fouls. It might be maddening to the fans of opposing teams, but James Harden has led the NBA or been at the top of the free throw attempts list for years now.
Great examples. Here's Paul. That's a good shot, and now he's 3 for 7.
Easy little jumper for him right there, guys.
Miami leading by 9. Here's Nunn. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. A 3 from Leonard. Offensive rebound. Here's Adebayo. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Gallinari.
Yeah, easy call.
And Bam Adebayo. He just plays with so much energy when he's on the floor.
Boy, he is ferocious on both ends of the floor. Great energy player who can finish in the paint with the best of them. Very quick on his feet and can cover a lot of ground for a player his size.
And so he hits both.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
Bounce pass from Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Paul. It's hauled in by Hero.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
And he lays it straight in. Hero's got the lead up to 13 now for Miami. And the Thunder with the possession here. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. Here's Paul. And the rejection by Leonard. Adams' shot is good. Here's Nunn. Pass to Hero. Now here's Leonard. Over Adams. And it's Leonard missing.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
That boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes, what a big-time asset defensively.
Passes to Adebayo. Over Gallinari. The shot by Adebayo, no good. And so it's Gallinari with it. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They trail by 11. Gallinari on the wing. Over Robinson. And it's Gallinari missing. Miami's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. None. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
2 shots. Foul. Elbow. 2.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. Doris, we know historically the Celtics, the only franchise to ever have a 4-peat, 4 straight championships. Do you think at some point we're going to see another?
I'm not sure there can be in today's NBA, Kevin, and there are a number of different contributing factors. Number one, the salary cap implications that happen. Number two, look at the Golden State Warriors, who were well positioned for a 3-peat. And yet, as you know, luck plays a small part in an NBA championship. Luck relative to injuries. You see Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant both get lost in the midst of an NBA Finals. This is it's challenging enough to go back-to-back. Forget about 4-peat.
Thunder trailing by 13. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander.
Come to me, come to me.
Paul outside. Adams right side to the paint. That's good from Gallinari on the assist by Adams. Gallinari's got 12.
Boy, this guy has been terrific. The rest of the team, however, struggling.
Here's Nunn, defended by Paul. Butler on the wing. Takes the 3. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
Well, over the course of time, Jimmy Butler has so improved his range. Now more capable of stretching the defense. That's pretty.
The Thunder shooting for the game at 42%. Knocks it loose. And slam dunk by Butler.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Gallinari against Adebayo. And it's blocked. And he gets it back. Here's Adams. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, we all know Steven Adams is one of the most physical guys in the NBA. He is so solid at using his body to pick up fouls.
Oklahoma City shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. The first free throw is good.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
That one is no good. Or as you think about the anchor of this team, Steven Adams just holds it down in the middle.
Oh, Steven Adams does so much, but it all starts on the defensive end with this guy. He takes away so much space on the interior. He is commanding on the backboards. He contests shots. Everything you can hope for, Steven Adams brings.
Thunder trailing by 17. Another steal. The pass to Adebayo. Now here's Leonard. He's coming off a 16-point game against San Antonio.
And don't forget about the 2 blocks. He really changed the game for his team on the defensive side. That's fantastic shot making this quarter after struggling a bit in the first.
And so here is Oklahoma City.
Get on Chris.
Paul looking around. Pass to Gallinari. Here's Burton, defended by Butler. And that one's good. Burton.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Here's none. Right side Leonard. Butler in the corner. Over Gallinari. And it's Butler missing.
Listen, that's a shot he can make, but obviously the defense okay letting him shoot it.
And it's Miami with the rebound. Hero's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And it's Butler with the jam.
Well, we know this. When Jimmy Butler is cooking, he can put points on the board in a hurry. Look out.
Paul with the ball. 6 points for him. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got his 5th rebound in this one.
I'll tell you, this guy is doing absolutely everything he can to get himself going, but the team is struggling because he's struggling.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the baseline.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment.
Wow.
I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
Remember it very well.
Incredible.
Very well. Gallinari against Adebayo. Back to Adams. No good on the shot. And it's Miami the other way. Here's Hero. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love, Greg, is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Shot to stop the run.
Well, coaches love seeing this from Dennis Schroeder. Recognize the situation, find the open teammate.
Here's Hero, defended by Robertson. Schroeder against Dragic. Pass to Olynyk. Shoots over Adams, and another basket for Miami.
Well, a nice effective mid-range game by Kelly Olynyk. Just a gorgeous release.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Noel's checked in, and Miami with a change here too. Crowder, he's checked in for Adebayo. .111 left in the second quarter. Robertson, the pass to Adams. Here's Ferguson, defended by Butler. Clock at 6. Ferguson kicks to Robertson. Passes it to Ferguson from downtown. The Thunder keep it going. A new 14-second clock. Adams' shot is off. Miami's gone 5 of 8 from three-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. Here's Hero. And the Heat, another three.
Well, they're calling his number time and time again, and he is delivering.
Dragic against Schroeder. Now the pass to Ferguson. Pass to Noel. Poked away. Crowder with the steal. Dragic against Schroeder. Count that bucket. And that's now 6 points for Goran Dragic.
Well, this is why Butler has become a real threat on the offensive end. Yes, he's a great scorer, but he is equally capable and adept at finding the open guy.
And the quarter ends with some stifling defense right there. And so it's the Miami Heat with a massive lead of 30 points here at the end of the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy, you have come a long way in this league. When you look at your career now versus when you came in, how different is it?
Much different. I think on the floor, I'm supposed to do a lot more on both ends of the floor. And off the floor, I think it's still the same. People recognize my hair.
Well, it is a unique style. Jimmy, thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. What a start for Jimmy Butler. He had 20 points, 3 assists, and 1 steal. Kenny, let's start with you. What'd you think about the Heat?
Well, it was the Jimmy Butler highlight reel. Some spectacular plays, made tough shots, superstar production from him at the first half.
And now, Shaq, let's get your opinion on Oklahoma City.
This reminds me of myself. They're just giving away points from the free throw line. It's hard to keep pace when you keep putting guys on the line over and over. Being physical is fine, but they were out of control, way too reckless.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. We are seeing a tremendous game from Jimmy Butler.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half, got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far, the defense has not been able to counter it.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Miami's gotten 2/3 of their three-pointers to fall tonight. They're 6 of 9 overall. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul, and it's Burton in at the 3. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
And Greg, you know this. It's not easy building a lead on the road, but this team has been lights out throughout the game.
Pass to Paul. Shoots off the step back. Here's Adams, an easy 2 points on the layup. Adams has got 9.
There is a persistence about Steven Adams. Quality defense will not deter this guy if he wants to score. Nice finish.
Outside Butler. Passes it to Leonard. Shoots over Adams, and the Heat get another bucket right there. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. The Thunder shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. Gallinari wide open. Off target with his 3. Miami controlling the game. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, last season the G League tested out an expansion of the clear path rule. And now that expansion is making its way to the NBA. It should discourage those intentional fouls that slow up teams on the fast break. Fans wanted it, and analysts clamored for it. And that will allow the amazing athletes in this league more opportunities to show what they can do in the fast break.
You're right, David. A welcome change. Thank you. Here's Nunn. To the inside. Butler passes to Hero. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
Well, when the playmaking duties fall to Jimmy Butler, he is more than capable.
Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. It's hauled in by Hero.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Gallinari against Leonard. 6 to shoot. Adebayo passes to Hero. Here's Nunn. The rebound by Steven Adams. Adams has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight.
And you look at the way Steven Adams has developed his offense the last few years. It's been a huge boost for this team. He has always been a great defender, but now he is an important cog on this team in terms of scoring.
Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Hero. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Leonard, the pass to Adebayo. Over Gallinari. Gets it to go. That one good from Adebayo. Adebayo's got 9 points.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvement, certainly. Here's Nunn. No good that time. Some solid D from Paul. And with Adams in his offense, you forget how young he is.
And big men, sometimes they just take a little longer to find their path in the NBA. And Adams has certainly found his. I remember him being in mostly to screen and rebound when he was a rookie, but look how far his game has come.
Offensive rebound. Here's Nunn. It's tipped.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Mike Muscala is checked in for Oklahoma City. Robinson's checked in for Miami. Nunn's gone just 1 for 7 shooting tonight. Ball against Robinson. Here's Muscala. It's blocked. And here is Iguodala. He has 5. Launches it. Gets the three-pointer to fall. 8 points for him.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Paul's shot is off.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Gallinari with the steal. To end the drought, Down goes basket number 6 for him this game. He's taken 12 shots and made half of them.
Well, you won't see that kind of shot fall very often. Thank your lucky stars.
Nunn passes to Leonard. Here's Nunn. Adams defending. Here's Nunn. Back to Leonard. 5 to shoot. Shoots over Adams. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Steven Adams picks one up.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
And the first one drops. Goran Dragic is checked in for the Heat. Leonard hits them both. And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Dishes to Gallinari. Good for basket number 7 tonight on a not so unlucky 13 shots.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
The pass to Adebayo. Paul against Dragic. Shoots from 12 and misses it off the right side of the rim. Oklahoma City's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go.
What a brutal night for this guy, and it is having a ripple effect throughout the team. This is tough.
And it's Dragic with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Chris Paul. The Heat also with a sub. Crowder's checked in. Schroeder finds Muscala. Gallinari in the corner. Down low, here's Schroeder, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Schroeder's got 11.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Dragic looking for an opening. Left side Crowder. Back to Dragic. The 3-ball. Thunder with the rebound. Adams has got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Adams. They get it again. The second chance effort. And he sinks the layup. 13 points in the game.
Adams is used to scoring through contact. Make no mistake, he'll show you some strength every now and again.
Up top, Dragic. He's guarded by Schroeder. Iguodala outside. Outside, Robinson. Trying to end the drought. Buries the long-range jumper.
And it seems as if someone got their signals crossed if he can wind up that open from three-point range. I'm sure that was not a part of the game plan.
Here's Schroeder. It's hauled in by the Heat.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And the shot's good from Crowder.
Well, what a great look by Andre Iguodala. We know he's unselfish. If there's space for his guy, he's going to find him.
Now here's Schroeder. He's got 11. Shot clock at 6. Miami grabs the miss. Dragic has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Robinson. Here's Adebayo. Can't connect from short range. Oklahoma City's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Schroeder against Crowder. Schroeder outside. That doesn't go either for Schroeder. The Heat have gone 8 of 16 in the third quarter to put their second half shooting percentage right at 50%. Lets it fly from 18. Adebayo with the bucket. Adebayo's got 4 points now in the quarter.
His shooting has been outstanding here. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Schroeder outside. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Adebayo. Dragic with it. He has 6. Iguodala outside. Back to Dragic. Just 5 to shoot. Great D that time from Dennis Schroeder. Oklahoma City shooting not looking too good out there in the second half, right around 32%. And Gallinari kicks it over to Schroeder. Adams right side. That is off the mark. He's shooting 60% on 6 of 10 shots.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one. And you can see the second chance points now starting to be a major factor.
Inside, it's stolen by Adams. To the paint, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got 3 assists in the game. Miami's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Pass to Iguodala. And here's Adebayo. Fade away, and it's good. 2 points. Adebayo's got 13 points. Oklahoma City shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Schroeder passes to Adams. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Adams.
He's really made that a focus of his game these past few years, and it's paid big-time dividends for him. He's become a much better rebounder, and it's increased his value as a player by leaps and bounds.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
What I love about Steven Adams is he approaches the game with a level of physicality that sets a tone for his team. Outstanding defensively and growing offensively.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Nerlens Noel checks in for Mike Muscala. Terrence Ferguson comes in for Gallinari. And it's Andre Robertson in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. And you look at Jimmy Butler. Goes about 6'8", about 230 pounds. Great size on the wing.
And he keeps himself in tip-top shape. His strength, one thing I'm not sure the casual fan even recognizes.
And so here is Oklahoma City. Schroeder outside. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Adams. And that one drops for him. Adams has got 11 in the second half.
Well, I'm telling you, this guy is doing everything he can to get them where they want to be. He's been on a mission in this period.
Dragic finds Butler. Olynyk has the open look. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Olynyk's got his second basket of the night.
Olynyk giving the defense no time to react. Quick catch and shoot.
Pass to Ferguson. Olynyk against Adams. Down low. Here's Noel. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Noel's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
How about that show of strength from Nerlens Noel? No fear in how he attacks the defense on these shots.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And stolen by Noel. To the wing right side. Here's Crowder. And Crowder slams it in.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Miami ahead, running away with this one. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Oklahoma City shooting 39% from the floor. Not their best. On the floor for Miami starting the fourth. We've got Olynyk. Jones is out there with Hill. And it's none in at the point. Now Diallo. Pass to Ferguson. Shoots the three. Hill pulls it in. And so it's Hill with it. He brings it up for the Miami Heat. Here's none. Outside, Jones. There's the pass to Olynyk. Over Noel. Here's Hill. He can't hit that time. So the Thunder will take it the other way. To the middle. Here's Noel. And Noel throws it down.
And that's an example of his athleticism, right? Nerlens Noel, the ability to leap up and ram it home.
Knocked away and stolen by Noel. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Noel's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, easy money, right? I like the strategy. Go inside, get a high percentage look.
Here's none. Pass to Okpala. And here is Olynyk. Over Noel. And the basket by Olynyk. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Here's Ferguson, defended by Jones, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
And the first few seasons in the NBA, not an easy time for Terrence Ferguson. Young wings have their ups and downs, but the franchise still very much believes in his talent.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good. And with Ferguson, the fans can be hard on him. They're expecting more. But, Greg, it's going to take time for him.
You know, Ferguson has already made big strides with his defense. The shot and consistency will come, but the fans will have to be patient with him.
And he ends up missing both free throws. Of course, you and I were just talking about something Commissioner Silver said the other day about a proposed mid-season tournament. What do you think?
Well, I certainly think if they do move to a mid-season tournament, it's going to have real value for it to matter. To get the fans engaged, something has to be on the line. So, number one, you're going to have 2 goals. Instead of 1 championship, maybe you want to win that mid-season tournament too.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
The Heat have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Here's none. He's guarded by Diallo. Now here's Olynyk, and the foul called on Nerlens Noel. That's his first foul.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Jones, the pass to Hill. From the low block, and that comes off the assist by Jones.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
Thunder have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Pass to Bazley. Here's Nader. Oklahoma City moving it around. Got a piece of it. Ferguson, the pass to Bazley. Just 5 on the clock. Nader kicks to Ferguson. Here's Diallo. Off target from outside. He'd have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Here's none. It's hauled in by Diallo.
Well, this has not been his finest hour, but give your teammates some credit for doing the job of stepping in.
And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds. Oklahoma City's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. For the 3. Rebound by the Heat.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And it's slammed in by Jones.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Oklahoma City shooting in the fourth quarter has looked shabby, 38%. Diallo with it. Doris, in 2004, the Charlotte Bobcats became the NBA's 30th team. When do you think we're going to see another team added, whether it's an expansion or even multiple expansion cities?
Well, let's go directly to the most important source, and that's Commissioner Adam Silver, who has said that expansion is inevitable, but right now not a huge priority. So, you know, listen, we've heard Seattle is on the short list of cities that wants to get a team, and what a great city, what a great NBA fan base. I hope someday we get back to Seattle.
So much history up there. You're correct. He hits the second from the line. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Passes to Bazley. And there's the pass to Ferguson. Pass to Diallo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Thunder with another miss.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
So it's the Thunder now. Pass to Bazley. Doris, when you look at the success of international players, and the league has a litany of very good international players, Doncic being the latest success story, is the perception changing about these kids when they come from overseas and play in the NBA?
Well, one of the greatest, and to me, the greatest international player of all time, Dirk Nowitzki, a Hall of Fame player, probably changed the perception to start with. Now, listen, over the years, Luka is going to have perhaps a Hall of Fame career if he stays healthy. The reality is this: the NBA is looking for the best players to man those 15 roster spots of the 30 NBA teams. It doesn't matter where you're from, what the color of your skin is. If you can play the game of basketball and play it at the highest level, the NBA wants you to be a part of their league.
Ferguson for 3. Oklahoma City gets it back. It's deflected.
Okay, Kelly Olynyk getting up high for that rejection. At 7 feet, that length comes in handy.
4 on the shot clock. Baisley passes to Diallo. Over Jones. The offensive rebound. Noel. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall. The Heat have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9.
And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim. Here's Ferguson. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Diallo inside. To the wing on the left. Clock at 6. Shoots from 14. No good off the back of the rim.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Here's Nunn. Right side Hill. Passes it to Okpala. From deep, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Doris, when you look at draft eligibility requirements, it is a very fluid topic with a lot of different ways it could go, a lot of moving parts. Where do you stand?
I'll tell you the truth, Kevin. I'm conflicted about this because I believe there is real value to the college experience. There's high-level coaching across the game at the collegiate level, but I also believe that young men who have talent should be able to, when they are eligible, decide when they want to become professionals. So, listen, I'm sort of in the middle. There are legitimate arguments to be had for both sides. What I hope, regardless, is we get the best players in the league, and that's certainly going to happen whenever it happens.
Now Robinson. To the right side. Olynyk dishes to Jones. Jacks up a 3. No good there. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. Here's Baisley. There's the pass to Diallo. Pass to Ferguson. Over Jones. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. Doris, isn't it interesting that we're seeing some teams with more three-point attempts than two-point attempts?
It's incredible, Kevin, that every year over the last decade you see more three-point attempts across all 30 NBA teams. And think about the Houston Rockets. In each of the last 2 years, the Rockets have actually taken more threes than twos. This is the evolution of the game. It is not going anywhere. There's 2 high-valued shots in the league. Restricted area twos, that means point-blank opportunities at the rim, and three-point shots, and everything else in between seems to be getting lost.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
The Heat have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth, and even 50%. Hill finds Jones. To the inside, here's Olynyk. Shakes him, and the layup is good. Olynyk's got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, Olynyk, such a deft touch on the interior. Keeps the ball high. The defense has no chance.
Here's Ferguson. To the paint. Here's Muscala. And the layup's good off the glass. Muscala's got his first bucket in this one. Heat have gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the fourth. It's Hill, top the key. Had the space there, but it's offline. Oklahoma City's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep, kept alive.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit, lost the focus, I think.
We've got 1:48 left here in the fourth quarter. Now here's Olynyk. He's covered by Muscala. And the basket by Olynyk.
You know, I like the fact that Olynyk didn't shy away from mixing it up. Remarkable at scoring despite getting hit.
Here's Ferguson. The floater. The shot by Nader, no good.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Heat.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Jimmy Butler.
What a relentless scoring night for this guy, in attack mode all evening.
54 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And here is Robinson. Pass to Okpala. Outside Robinson. 6 on the shot clock. Now here's Olynyk. He's covered by Muscala. Here's Ferguson. Robinson with the block. And they can just let the clock run out here.
Cannot argue with the W.
On the wing, Hill. Here's Okpala. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Jimmy, you have been outspoken about the need for maximum effort. Was it part of your plan to grab wins like the one we saw tonight?
It wasn't a part of my plan, but whatever works, works. I think we got a bunch of talented guys, and at times we forget how hard we got to play. On the road, at home, this is how we got to play basketball.
Jimmy, thanks for the time, man. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. So long.